Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Wednesday, May 28th. It is 6:26 right now. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. As people start to join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Down to the 1 hour, down to the 30 minute, down to the 10 minute, down to the 5, and back down to the 1 minute here. 15 real quick. All marked up. Back down to the 1. Looks like we're good here. So if anybody's looking to take the breakout, looks like the breakout for today is going to be a buy. There's a possible MPSV2 also possibly in the setup here. Market's gonna open up in about 30 seconds. It's a 30-minute chart. All right, so we got a couple of value highs here. Value high is going to be around 42,450. And 42,435. I'll just leave the upper level up there. This may be a possible sweep right here. Market is now open, guys. Looks like breakout hit full TP again right there. And the breakout's been on fire, guys. I don't know if anybody else has been taking them, but the breakout again hit right there, full TP for a buy. We had a buy signal right there, price pushed up. The breakout won today for full TP, and it won yesterday for full TP as well. Damn, it went literally to the full TP and it spiked down a little bit. So there goes the sweep that I was just talking about. So price is sweeping off that. It actually swept off the value high right here. Price pushed up, bounced off the value high. And there goes the sweep to the downside. The ATR is actually really, really low right now, guys. It's extremely low, actually. It's 12 right now. 12 ATR on open, which I think is pretty crazy. What's up, Steven? Steven said, good afternoon. I'm in the desert. Yeah, did you take the breakout, Steven? There's a full TP right there for a buy. Yeah, anyways, I just realized that ATR is extremely low right now. The sweep just hit full TP right there too, guys. So depending on where you took the sweep, like I said, the sweep was probably going to happen right here because the value high was up there. Steven, you shouldn't be in the breakout anymore. The breakout should have already hit for you. You can't get into it late like that. You're supposed to get in right away. So the breakout hit already full TP. It's already too late for it because now the trade's going the opposite way. The sweep happened right here. So this is why it's important to like pay attention to like the entries right here, guys. The trades will go opposite of each other in a lot of instances. Like for example, here we had the breakout that pushed to the upside, and then we had the sweep that happened from right here off this liquidity. So we'll keep watching here as price continues to, obviously move along. This is a possible MPSV2 that's starting to set up right here. The problem with this MPSV2 that is that it's going to cut into the red flag, which is right here. There's going to be an Asia high up here. So if you guys are looking to take this as MPSV2, take it with caution because you can see over here that it's going to be right at the sessions, pretty much. So it should have hit your full TP by now, Steven. Did it hit it? Because it's gone way past it now. So your full TP for the breakout should have hit right there, Steven. All right, so there's no entries here right now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Steven got out of the breakout, hit his TP. Nice work. All right, so there's an MPSV2 that's running right here, guys. The problem with the MPSV2 is that it's right at the sessions, like I just said. So if you guys want to take it at your own risk. Obviously it's going to be a tricky entry right there. See if there's any more sweep areas that may happen around this area here. 450. Next one is over here at 465. Point of control is going to be down here at, say, 42,398. Basically right next to opening price. Value low is going to be down here at 42,360. 42,360, 4,375. All right, so MPSV2 is currently running in profit right now, guys. It's got a lot of red flags around this area, though. The MPSV2 is running in profit right there. So the MPSV2 came up over here. We had a buy signal, price retrace, continuation confirmation right here. Price is pushing up to its TP, but there's a bunch of red flags here. It looks like it's about to hit TP and it just did. So full TP on the MPSV2 right there. It had a break through the sessions right here, Asia low or Asia high. And then it had a break through the value highs right here, and then also the New York high right there. So the volatility just spiked right through it. Yeah, Steven said LOL breakout actually hits TP when I'm in the desert. Yeah, you should probably stay out there, Steven. If you plan on taking the breakout. Probably knows you're out there. You're out there being miserable in the desert. So figured might as well give you the breakout TP. All All right, we don't really got much going on right here, guys. Kind of just waiting here for something here to play through. See, 36. We don't really got much happening here right now, guys. Price is kind of just sitting up here. Oh yeah, you were telling me. Yeah, so Steven's actually in vacation in Dubai. Yeah, I remember you messaged me. I was wondering where you've been, Steven. Assuming you were on the plane. Nice. Yeah, it must be getting hot there. It's getting closer to June. It's up, Sam. All right, so there's no entries here yet so far, guys. The NPS V2 hit full TP here, the liquidity sweep hit full TP right here, and the breakout hit full TP. So three entries lined up for today so far. One full TP here for the breakout for 50 points. Liquidity sweep here, 30 points, and NPS V2 for 30 points. Nothing else has come up yet. We're looking for possible opportunities for entry, but price here is just continuing to push up a bit higher. The next sweep area is going to be around here at 42,525. 42,525. Okay, perfect. So the next sweep area is going to be up here, guys. If anybody's looking to take this here as a liquidity sweep. 42,525. I think the sweep would probably happen around the value high, not at the actual liquidity. I don't know what's causing this big bullish push right now, but let me check. So we don't really have news until later. The FOMC minutes isn't until 11 o'clock. Yeah, so if anybody's looking to take a liquidity sweep, next level for sweep's going to be up here. The ATR is really low though, so this is like, it's kind of a tricky area to be looking for entries. I mean, if you guys want to take it, I think it could be pretty decent. Yeah, so what I'm looking for here is possible push up right here and a sweep back down. Has price swept this area yet? Not quite. To be a double top right there. Check CNBC real quick. Stocks are little changes. Traders have await NVIDIA earnings. Yeah, I don't really see too much here. NVIDIA is set to report earnings after the bell. So at some point today, NVIDIA is going to release their earnings. It's forecast to be positive. So the uncertainty is likely to continue through at least July and August. Let's check financial news real quick. I don't think there's any economic news, really happening right now. All right, so if you guys are looking to take a sweep, sweep area is going to be right here around the 42,525. I'll be watching it on my end too in case I want to get into that. Um, I'll leave it pending right here in case I want to get into it. We'll watch this price comes up a little bit higher. It's the only sweep area I can really think of right now. I mean, it's a pretty good sweep area. It's going to be a double top. This area hasn't been tested since Wednesday of last week. So Wednesday of last week, this top here was established. It's a value high from last Wednesday. So I'll be looking to possibly get in on that sweep there. There's no MPS V2s here yet. We need to get a sell signal in order for us to get MPS V2. Like I said, the sweep area is going to be right here at 42,525. Glenn's asking, maybe we can incorporate volume to identify high lows and higher chance for bounces at these liquidity sweeps. Well, this value high is at the value. This is the volume, Glenn. So that's the market profile. We're already incorporating volume. This is the volume where volume actually sits. So this shows that there was a lot of orders being filled at this specific price point. So we are incorporating volume on this. This here is the TPO. The dotted lines are the TPO. The whole lines that are full, that's volume. So this is part of the volume profile. This already incorporates like where all the volume was happening on a Wednesday. So on a Wednesday, a lot of cells were filled around this area. That's why we have this lined up here. So, I mean, I don't know how you're trying to figure out like where the volume is on these high lows, but I mean, I guess you can if you wanted to turn on the volume bar, but I don't think that's going to be really because the thing is it doesn't. So here, let me see. I'll show you the volume. Yeah, because the thing is like, I mean, I guess you can, but it's not really going to make a huge. Let's see. Let's go over here to Wednesday to that same area that we were. I mean, I'd have to go back super far. It's like impossible for me to go back that far. Glenn, on the 1 minute time frame. I guess I can check on the 30, but the thing is we already have the volume profile on there, so we know that there's volume on that specific price. Um, so let me see. Let me take off this indicator. It's not useful on the 1 minute, but the volume on the so here's the thing. The TPO is time-based and the volume profile is volume-based. So like this means that at this point in time, this is where all the sales were happening for today. And at this point in time, this is where all the sales were happening on Wednesday. But I mean, I guess we can try to put up the volume there to see. Because you don't want to double up. Like if you're already identifying volume like with time, it's kind of uh it's kind of pointless with okay, so let's see. So like right here, here's the volume bar. I mean, it's hard to really gauge like what would you expect this to be like high volume, right? Because there's high volume on this candle and there's also high volume on this and there's also high volume on this, but this isn't going to be considered like um the thing is it happened so long ago, right? So this volume bar that came up, this was last Wednesday. The volume for now, like it doesn't mean that there's going to be more volume at this price point or at this specific candle or at this specific time today, right? So I think that's why it's kind of tricky to use your analysis with it because we're using time profile, not specifically, like the candle. Let's see. So Glenn said like if the volume is high, low is above average. The thing is it's always going to be high at the sweep areas because that's where liquidity was established, Glenn. So I get what you're saying, but the problem is like if you look at any high lows here, there's always going to be high volume there, right? So it's like it's already a given if you're looking for the volume to be high because I don't know how are you identifying volume with this like the basic volume indicator? The thing is at all high lows, it's always going to keep Let me put the high lows here. So look at the high lows here. The volume is always going to be higher on those points because that's usually where it flips. Like for example, see right here, the volume was low, but the sweep still happened. Well, not the actual volume, but the volume from the specific candle. But we can keep it on there to just look at it. It's just the volume is always going to be higher on those points, is what I'm trying to get across. Let's see, Sam said 18 ATR keeping TP small at 15 points. Yeah, I know. The ATR is like really small here, guys. It's I'm surprised it's this where it's picking up now. It's at 19, but it was super low for a while. It was like at like 15, 12, um 18. Now it's up to 20. So the volume is starting to pick up here. This is a possible MPSV2 now starting to set up for a sell. There's no sweep areas down here, at least not for the moment. I'm going to clean this up right here. We have a new high at this point. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, Glenn, with the volume bar. So here's the problem with the volume bar for the 30-minute time frame. The thing is each candle is 30 minutes. So another thing that's a problem here is that you don't know when the volume is actually happening, right? Like right now it's currently 6:48. See how the volume bar is huge? This just shows that like the volume was high earlier, right? So like obviously this volume happened 30 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes ago. Because that's when this big push happened. But now it's kind of flat. So the thing is the volume could be big, but we don't know exactly when it happened, if it happened before, if it happened later. But we can still use your analysis as a confluence, just to, I guess, kind of see if like the entry will be happening some point there. The only problem is like it's going to be so much work to go back and you can do it on your analysis and you can probably confirm it. But we'd have to like, for example, if I was looking for this double top right here, I'd have to go all the way back to this area and pinpoint the volume right there. Obviously, the volume is pretty high around that area, so. But the volume was higher on like this whole area here. So all these candles here, volume was high. So this is where it becomes kind of tough because if that's the case, then this whole area is considered high volume, right? So this is why I'm saying it's kind of pointless to kind of use that because see all the bars here are all high for the volume. It means that if we had liquidity sweeps on this whole entire area, it's going to be it's going to be almost damn near impossible because everything should be high volume in that case. Let's see. Glenn said, I mean, turn on the volume on the 1 minute chart with MA turned on. Um, you're saying with the 1 minute, but the volume on the 1 minute is like again, it's not something you can follow because look, if I turn on the volume here, the volume is always going to be high in the same area. Right, Glenn? So look at this whole area here. So there was multiple sweeps around this area, right? There's a sweep right here, sweep down here, sweep. There's like four sweeps. If you were to look at that volume that you just mentioned, you would have just lost all the trades because price kept pushing up, right? That's why I'm saying like the volume, this volume indicator down here is not really a good indicator for because the thing is there's always going to be volume during this time, right? This is market open. So 6:30 to 7. It doesn't matter like any time of the day, the volume is always going to be high there. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's why we use TPL, right? This volume makes more sense. This volume makes more sense, right? This volume, the actual volume profile, because you can see where the volume is sitting, right? The volume is right here. So that those bars that you're mentioning from the bottom, these are kind of pointless. Like they don't work. I mean, they work, but you can see here, obviously volume is going to be slow when the market's like, we're out of session. And then if you go over here to because if you just go back and look at the volume candles every single day at set between like 6:30 to 7, like our live session time, the volume's always going to be high no matter what. See, like right here. So well, my recommendation is if you want to use volume, I would say use volume profile. Use the actual profile so you can see where the volume's sitting. Because you can see the volumes here. This is the value high. See how price comes down from this point? Because that's where all the volume is sitting. Same with this right here. The volume at the point of control, same thing. There's better tools to identify volume than those volume bars on the bottom. See the value low right here. So this is why the sweeps make sense because I'm taking sweeps at where the volume is sitting. Um, the volumes on the bottom of the chart, these are like they're not really useful because I mean you can see like there you'll get like a big volume bar right here, and they just I mean you can do the analysis yourself. I'm not trying to knock your analysis, Glenn, but I'm just showing you that it's relevant because we're already using a volume tool, and the volume tool that we're using is better than this one down here. So I just don't want to like it's overkill if I use this volume bar. Like you can see how much stuff is on the chart right now. And it's just it's not gonna help very much. So I'm gonna take it off, but if you want to do that as a confluence for your analysis, and there's a possible MPS V2 right here, guys, but it's right at a red flag, so I'm not gonna take this entry here. We have a sell signal, retracement, confirmation right here, but it's touching the sessions at that point. So if you guys want to take this here, you guys can take this as an MPSV2. There's red flags on both sides. There's a session right here, and then there's also opening price down here as well. So if you guys want to take it, take it at your own risk. I'm not going to take this trade here. I'll probably look for a possible sweep at this point. So what I'm going to look for here is the sweep over here actually never filled. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take this off my chart over here as well. I'm going to be looking for a possible sweep down here. This is going to be a little tricky. Okay, so I'm not going to look for the sweep right here. There's going to be a possible sweep at this point. And again, this goes back to the analysis that I just mentioned, Glenn, right? So see how we have a green line right here? That is where the value low is, right? So we got a value low right here. This is where the volume is sitting. And then if you look over here at the volume profile, we have volume sitting right there, right? So we have market profile, which is TPO, which shows that there's volume sitting right here. We have volume profile, which is showing right here. So we have market profile and volume profile indicating there's volume sitting at 375. And then we have a liquidity sitting on the same exact price point. So the MPS V2 looks like it already hit TP or it's on its way down to TP, guys. Let me see if I can put that back up. There we go. So the MPS V2 is on its way to full TP right there. If you guys are looking to take the liquidity sweep will probably be happening right here. It's currently stuck at the opening price. Nice. So Sam got into that MPS V2 there for a sell. Again, Sam's going for the smaller targets. He's not going for the full 30. He's going for about whatever the ATR is at. Right now, the ATR is currently at 20. So technically, TP would have gotten hit already on that trade. 30 is still currently running right now. Next opportunity for entry is going to be right here for a liquidity sweep. So here's the problem with this liquidity sweep here, which is what I'm going to be looking for, is that there's lower levels here, right? So I'm not going to take the sweep on this one. I'll look for the sweep down here. So there's going to be a couple areas for sweep. This could be the possible sweep area right here. This is where the value low is currently sitting. This is the volume profile value low, and this is going to be the market profile value low down here. Ideally, I'd like to get in from the market profile value low down here at 42,345. So you got a couple different areas here for a sweep. The ATR is currently sitting at 20 right now, guys. So it looks like the targets that you should probably aim for is going to be around the 20 points. I mean, the 30 points could work, but the 20 points is ideal because of the volatility here. For the sweeps here, for sure, you should go for whatever the ATR is at. All right, we got price coming back down a little lower. So we have a possible new low right here. It's not there yet, but possible new low at that point. Nice. Talanji got it for 20. Cal got it for 20. Nice work, guys. On catching that MPSV2 right there. So it looks like we're starting to establish a range here. It's a big range. It's a pretty big range. So from this lower point up until the upper point right there. All right, we got price coming back down from this point. I'll just clean up this range. It's not really necessary. You guys can tell it's in a big range here. It's not going to really deter us from taking any entries at this point, but just wanted to identify the range there. So again, possible sweep area right here at the 42,375. No buy signal yet. So it looks like we're starting to get a consolidation range right here down the middle. So it looks like price is probably going to consolidate here for a bit. It's about to be 7 o'clock. So as we get closer to 7 o'clock, the market profile will adjust a little bit, which is perfect. Once it adjusts here, I'll make some adjustments and we'll keep following it. So 450, 480. I'm going to move this up a little bit. 398. It's good. 375. All right. Market profile here is marked up pretty nicely. All right, volume here is starting to slow down a little bit. So like we talked about previous days, guys, the volatility usually sits in the market around like 6:30 to 7. So I mean in this case, as we get closer to the summer season, most of our entries will probably have to happen a bit earlier, closer to the start of the session between 6:30 and 7. You can see the volatility here is starting to slow down a little bit. We have a possible MPSV2 setting up here. We finally got the buy signal. We got price pushing to the upside right here slightly, not very much, but slightly. So we got price pushing out, buy signal, look for the retracement continuation. I was thinking about halving my contract size, so I'm not going to do it today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I just got to think about it a little more. I was thinking about halving my contract size into half, guys, so I have more opportunities for entries. Because now that we've incorporated these sweeps into the our strategies, the have a bit more opportunity to take more trades, right? With the MPSV2, there's like maybe a few entries that come up per day, but if we incorporate the sweeps, we actually have a lot more opportunities here to take entries. So what I might do is I might half my contract size in half like I did before in the past, so that I can have two chances to take entries for the day. Um, that's something you guys can do too if you guys are interested in that. Because so what I noticed yesterday is we had like I think 5 or 6 entries that came up. Today we have about I think 4 so far, right? We had the breakout for a full TP right there, 50 points. We had the liquidity sweep, MPSV2, MPSV2. I think there was also an A++ that happened over here. Yeah, it looks like there was an A plus plus there, but the volatility is very low, so I think the target would have been like 15 or something for this up here. I'm just gonna mark up these entries so that we can kind of remember where these entries came up. The ATR was really low around that time. So this MPS V2 is actually an A plus plus as well. There's a V1 right there, and then this MPS V2 was also an A plus plus. So this sell here was actually a really good sell. The only problem with this here, like I said, is that it was red flags around the area. There's a sessions right here, and there's an opening price right here. So that's one of the couple of reasons why I would have avoided that. There's no entry here yet for MPSV2, guys. It looks like a sell signal is currently pending. So if that's the case, then we may have no MPSV2 for a buy, and then possible sell, which can be setting up here. The problem with the sell though, if you guys are looking to take a sell for MPSV2, is that we do have the liquidity sweep areas right here, right? So these are going to be opposite of each other. If this is the case, then I would probably avoid the MPSV2 and just take the sweep instead. Because what might happen is it might come down a little bit in profit, and then it might sweep and then come right back up. And that's something that you don't want to get caught in, right? Man, this sweep over here would have been good if price ever came back to that area, right? I was looking to take the sweep right there, it just never came up high enough. Sweep would have been perfect. So the main entry I was looking to take was up here for this liquidity sweep to the downside. I was looking for price to push up, sweep this area, and come back down. Price did come back down. It just didn't come up and sweep the liquidity. Got close to it, just not quite close enough. So this is what I've been noticing a lot lately too. So if you guys look at the storyline, um, like if you're looking to take an MPSV2, like I think this, now that I keep looking back at the sell MPSV2 right here, this was actually a really good entry because you can see how price came up. And then just using our confluences here, right? We saw price kind of go sideways for a bit. It didn't actually sweep at this area. It established a high, but then it came down. With this entry happening down here, this was a perfect entry for MPSV2 because this is a continuation, right? We had price come up, it stalled up here, came back down, retraced, continued down further, and this was the MPSV2 down for a further push. Looking at the MPSV2 here, so say for example, we get an MPSV2 that comes up right here, right? Because we have a buy signal um, retracement. And then if this pushes back up, I don't think this here would be a good MPSV2 in my opinion, just because price is just going sideways right here, right? So I don't think that this would be a good MPSV2. There's an MPSV2 that is setting up right here. I personally don't think it's a great setup. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. Um, because I don't really see the push. So for example, here, if I see this here go sideways for a bit, and then I see price push up, and I get an MPSV2 somewhere up here, then this would be a great entry, right? Because it's going to be the same setup like this. Price pushed up, stalled out, came back the opposite way. MPSV2 came up right here. Same with this right here, right? Price is stalling out. If price pushes back up, retraces, comes back up higher from this point, then this MPSV2 would be a great entry. There's an MPSV2 that's happening right here that may happen. It's not here yet, but if it does happen at this point, the reason why I don't think this is a good MPSV2 is because it's currently in a range, right? If I got an MPSV2 up here, then great, but I wouldn't really want to take one down here. So just something to keep in mind, guys. There's a possible MPSV2 still setting up right there. It just has not closed yet. So we have a buy signal here, retracement. There's no confirmation of a continuation to the upside, at least not yet. There's also sweep areas down here. So we got a sweep down here. I personally wouldn't take this specific sweep. I would take the sweeps that are down here. So I think I would probably set up my sweep area like around this area down here at maybe 345. I'll mark it up for you guys here, but for me personally, I think I'm going to be looking for a possible sweep down here. 345, 342, 338, somewhere around there. We're looking for a possible sweep down here. Move this up a little higher. Yeah, Sam said I want price to get out of this area, maybe a trap. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I see here. So I'm not really looking to take entries around this point. This could be a possible nice sweep, guys. If you guys want to take this sweep, I have it marked up for you guys right here. I'm not going to take this one. I'm okay with taking the sweeps down here, but not right there. I think this is kind of where I got screwed earlier this week. I mean, there's going to be a lot of levels for sweep down here as well. But yeah, so this could be a trap like what Sam just mentioned. What I can see happening here is a possible sweep below and pull back into the range. So we got a range right here, possible sweep right here, and then pull back into the range. That's what I could possibly see right there. Not really too much going on here. So the sweep still hasn't happened yet at this point, guys. Volume's starting to die down a little bit. Like I said before, the entries are probably going to happen earlier in the session. So I think um, moving forward, because we're in the summer market, I might have to start looking for entries earlier in the session. Like I have to like really dial in on these entries and dial in on my analysis so I don't miss entries like this. Because this every time I look at this sell right here, I'm like, this was such a good entry that should have been taken. Now that we kind of have this pattern set up here. So I'm going to be looking for patterns like that during, obviously the summer season. I'll look for that bullish push. Like initially right here, we had that bullish push on the open. We had the price kind of stall out. And then when price stalls out like that, I'll look for the continuation back down or a continuation to the upside. Let's see. Sam said I'll take sweep with half risk here, another below if the first one doesn't work. All right, so the possible sweep is going to happen right here. It looks like, guys, sweep just happened right there. You probably want to do 2020 because of the ATR. So the first initial sweep has just happened right here, guys. We'll see if it actually sweeps up. Looks like it probably will, at least 20 points. It's looking good so far. So what I'm seeing here, or I'm seeing may happen, is we have the range right here, sweep and pull back into the range, right? For me personally, I'm looking for this lower point down here for the sweep. So we'll see. Ideally, I'd like this to hit for Sam at least. I'd want this to possibly hit his 20 points and then maybe come back down further and then double dip into that entry there. So best case scenario, this is what we're looking for. If this sweep doesn't play out, that's completely fine because we have a lower sweep right here that's also available. Looks like that sweep there is going to play through. There's enough volatility right there. So it looks like I mean, the ATR is pretty low, but looks like there's enough volatility there to hit 20 points at least. ATR is currently at 19. All right, Sam got out at 15. Nice work, Sam. Looks like the 20 right there got hit. Yeah, did exactly what we mentioned. So there we go. Liquidity sweep right there, full TP, guys. Based off the ATR. Again, I'll be looking for another sweep down here. So this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. This is why I'm thinking about maybe halving my contract size. Right now I'm taking about 13 contracts on my 300Ks. I'll probably half that down to, I don't know, six or seven contracts. So I can go for two opportunities here. So if I was to lose one, I can take another trade and I can make it right back. Or if I have two back-to-back wins, then it'll line up because we have double entries that may be showing up here. So we have a possible MPSV2 setting up right here for a sell, guys. Again, I think this MPSV2 is going to be a little tricky, like I said earlier, because I mean this MPSV2 may be good actually, because it's probably going to pull down to this liquidity and then swing back up. So we have two trades kind of running against each other here if the MPSV2 does come up. So if we get an MPSV2 that closes right here, guys, we may have a sell entry that may push down to this liquidity. And then when it comes down to this liquidity, it may climb right back up. So this is MPSV2 currently running to the downside. I'm not going to take this MPSV2, but I'll be looking for a possible sweep right here at the 430, 42, 345. I'm not looking for that MPSV2 right there. So like I said earlier, if I see an MPSV2 that cuts into a liquidity sweep, I'm going to take the sweep instead of the MPSV2 because I'd rather take it when it starts to fizz out and then push back up versus when it's coming down and then it might turn at some point down here, right? And not reach the full TP. So there's a possible MPSV2 there, but I'm looking to take the sweep right here. I'm gonna probably put my pending order at the 345. 42, yeah, 42, 345. I must be watching it. I haven't put my order there yet. So that's kind of what I expect to happen here. Possible drop right here to liquidity and a sweep back up. See, if I half my contract size, I could have taken both of these, but I haven't halved mine yet, so just gonna look for one of them. There it goes. You drop down lower and check the value low, make sure it's okay. It's where it should be. There you go with the MPSV2 pushing down. See, I'll put my pending order down there.
Order submitted.
All right, so we got the MPSV2 pushing down right there. 342. Is there any news right now? So make sure I'm not forgetting any news here. No, looks like we're good. All right, so no news right there. Nice. Shivam took the MPSV2, got out at 20. Solid. Yeah, the ATR is at like 19 right now, so 2020 would be good enough for that. Looks like the 20 already got hit, so nice work, Shivam. I'm catching that MPSV2 right there. So the sweep didn't actually happen yet. Solange also got in for 20. So like I said, if you base it off the ATR, you're gonna be in a pretty good place. So price is right there at the value low. Okay, so we got a couple entries that came up today so far, pretty good. We had breakout full TP for 50 points. We had a liquidity sweep right here, 30 points, MPSV2 30 points, A plus plus 15 points, MPSV2 20 points, could have been 30 possibly. Another MPSV2 right here for a sell or a sweep actually, and then MPSV2 right there for a sell. So it's about one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 entries for the day so far. Pretty solid. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to follow this also. Talanji said, bro, K2 is the best. I don't care. Yeah, solid, man. You've been killing it, Talanji. You've been on fire these past couple of weeks, past couple months. All right, so we have a possible sweep right here coming up soon, guys. There's a lot of levels for sweep here, so depending on where you want to get in from, there's a level right here at 42,345, which is where I'm going to get in from. 42,342 and 42,338. Yeah, exactly. Solange said no one's swimming in the 1 minute charts like us. Yeah, the 1 minute charts are hard to trade, guys. I mean, unless you know how to trade it properly, for me, I have a lot of different confluences here. I use the 1 minute chart for my entries. I also use a 30-minute chart here for confluence. Um, just a lot of things here to look at. Damn, so my sweep here didn't get filled, but it looks like it would have hit 30 points right there. It was really close. So sweep is still active right now. It's just hasn't been filled. A little bit of a bummer there. That would have been a perfect 30 points. It's all good. It's all good. So this is where it becomes kind of a problem. Well, not a problem, but where it becomes kind of tricky because the value low is right here. So like the liquidity was a little farther down. If we got in from the value low right here, it would have obviously would have filled. But I was trying to get in from the lower point right here, which is all good. I mean, it would have been a perfect sweep though. This would have been beautiful if it would have came down and filled it. Otherwise, I mean, we still have 7 entries that came up today for full TPs, guys. Breakout full TP, 50 points. Liquidity sweep, MPSV2, A++, MPSV2, MPS liquidity sweep, MPSV2, and then I was hoping another sweep right there. Christian said they know when we put orders and push the price up. I know. I would have wished that I mean I did put the pending order there, so kind of screwed on that one. Shabam said, calling it today, got a mate's reception, happy for the win. We'll be drunk talking about MPSV2 and Kodi Kai. All right, Shabam, we'll catch you here tomorrow, bro. Have a great time at the reception. Yeah, bro, we'll see you here tomorrow morning. All right, so the sweep hasn't filled yet, guys. And there's still possibility for opportunity here for entry, but nothing at the moment. All right, I'm gonna cancel my order here, guys, for the liquidity sweep. I'm not gonna leave it there. That's the downside of having like pending orders kind of just hanging out right there is that like what Christian said,
Cancel.
order canceled. So usually what happens there is when I place the pending order, it's gonna show up on the volume chart. So like for example, I have my time in sales and I have people look at the DOM. When I have my DOM set up there, that's when people tend to not get orders filled because they have it sitting there and people know that orders are sitting there. So they end up not pushing price down and they push price right back up to basically lure in people to get in, because that's what happens a lot of times. Say you have a pending order right here and you see price kind of take off. What happens with a lot of people is they get FOMO and they just hit buy, right? They hit buy right there and then they get in and then price turns the other way. So I'm gonna keep trying to get in right here. If price comes back down any lower, again, it's at 42,345. Just gonna have the pending order kind of just ready to be filled. So if price comes back down below, I'll put my limit order back there. Not put it in there yet, but I'll put it there in a few. Or I might even put it lower from here. We'll see. My pending order isn't up yet, but I will just click to enter it once price gets to that point. 342 might be good too. I mean, a lot of these. So it looks what's looking like is happening here is we're getting a new range. So I'm gonna clean this up right here. Clean this up right here. Looks like we're getting a new range down below. So right there and right there. Yeah, we're starting to get a new consolidation range down below here. All right. So liquidity sweep has not happened yet. Again, the sweep area that I'm looking for is going to be right here at 345. I might even drop it down at 342 at this point. Yeah, it's Lanji said that's why I didn't take this buy MPSV2. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken this one either. So there's a possible buy MPSV2 that's starting to set up right here, but like I said, price is getting into this choppy range. When price is ranging like this isn't a good time to take MPSV2s. This is a good time to take sweeps because the sweeps are better for sideways markets or ranging markets. Doesn't have to be a super tight market, but price that's ranging back and forth, that's when the sweeps work best. I'm kind of curious to um, because I know we're doing pretty well here on the 1 minute charts, but I'm kind of curious to see like the sweeps on higher time frames. Like for the only problem is that the only problem is that with the futures entries, you can't really take them at I mean you can technically take them, but the problem is if you have to hold on to it until the next day because you have to close out at the end of the day. So it's kind of tricky to take sweeps like that. Sweep never happened, guys, so unfortunately, nothing there again. Yeah, it's long as I've been looking at the MPSV2 on the 5 and 10, it's not so great, even with matching ATR. Yeah, I think for the MPSV2, probably not going to work out so great. I think for the sweeps, possibly, I mean, it might work. Uh, but the 5 minutes so close to the one that's it's probably going to be like very similar. I'm thinking on like the higher time frames, like the 15 or the 30, maybe even the 1 hour. That stuff would probably work good on like swing trades. So maybe on like um I mean I'd have to probably trade something like forex or something like that because the you can hold on to that stuff overnight. All right, guys, I'm gonna step away for 1 second and I'll be right back. Yeah, because it would be nice, Talanji, right, to take them on the 30 minute and just catch those sweeps and let them run for as long as they need to take. I'm gonna step away for 1 second, guys, gonna grab some water. All right, guys, I'm back. It looks like price came back down. I'm still waiting for this to come back down to sweep this area, but we'll see. I was just thinking right now, like when I went downstairs, I was like, man, I should probably go on like a forex broker that has US30, and I could probably take these sweeps on like on those brokers. I don't know what other does anybody here still use prop firms that use forex? Or I mean, I guess indices, because I think everyone here is like on Apex. The problem with Apex is the trailing drawdown, right? You can't really trade on higher time frames on Apex, or else, I mean, you kind of get screwed with the trailing drawdown. Uh, Tradeify might work, but like I was saying before, guys, if you hold positions and you can't hold positions past market close, sometimes these entries don't hit right away, or they take a while for them to hit. I have to look for I think E8 is one of them. That's one that I remembered that hasn't moved to futures yet. All right, we have possible opportunity right here for the sweep, guys. If anybody's looking to take it. Or 345. I'm watching here. I haven't got into the position yet. Try again right here at 345, right down the middle. It'll give me enough space. CJ said, come back from vacation. We have a new strat. Looks like I've got some studying to do. Um, yeah, you can pretty much review the previous live session, CJ, and you'll be able to see it. The liquidity sweep is basically like liquidity push, but it's opposite. So liquidity push is when price pushes past liquidity. Liquidity sweep is when it kind of reverses from it. What I have here is I have the areas lined up with 360. I have the areas lined up with the market profile. So like whenever we have liquidity kind of like around the area of market profile, I'm expecting price to kind of, go down that area and bounce off it. So like, the sweeps are usually when price comes down, sweeps, the liquidity comes back up. Liquidity push is when price breaks past it and continues it higher. So it's basically like a opposite of a regular push. Whenever we have confluences for possible bounce areas, then I'm looking at that as a possible sweep area. If it's like out in the open where there's no confluences there, then I'm looking for price to actually break past it and push up higher. So yeah, it's just something that I added in conjunction with the MPSV2. The MPSV2 is still the main strategy, but we do have the sweeps here that go in conjunction with it because they do complement the MPSV2. I mean, price is just ranging here now. Fortunately, price again didn't fill down here. Looking for that to come down and fill. All right, looks like price is coming down to this point. Fuck me. I didn't have my thing there, my pending order, so it came down and sweeped it,
Submitted.
but I didn't actually get in on it. So the sweep is actually filled right now. I thought I had the order put there. It's all good. So I actually missed it. I missed the sweep, guys. I thought I had my pending order already placed. I just placed the order right now. So I might miss a sweep here, it looks like. Because I had it there earlier and I canceled it and I was going to put it back up, but I just haven't put it back up yet. All right, so it looks like I missed a sweep. I'm going to take that off. If anything, I'll get down at the lower sweep now. So maybe like right here. So if it comes back to retest the area, I mean, I might as well get in for a lower discount. But it looks like the sweep there is playing through. It's all good. Yeah, no, my area was getting in right here at 345, Nick. So it filled the 345. The 342 didn't fill. but it looks like the 345 did, and it's about to hit TP right there. Because I was getting in at this higher level right here. Okay, well, I'm glad to see the trade there hit. So the sweep there you go, full TP. I'm glad it hit. Unfortunately, I didn't have my pending order there waiting, so I wasn't able to get into it, but it did hit right there. So there goes another sweep entry for a full TP. It sucks. It sucks. I was waiting for that entry this whole time, but it's okay. I'm glad that it hit. Yeah. All right. It's all good. Sweep right there played through. This is the entry that I was waiting for. Unfortunately, I had my penny order there earlier. I canceled it and then I was gonna put it back up. I was waiting for it to come down a little bit, but it didn't. Um, but yeah, I'm glad it hit. So analysis is playing out perfect. Entries are hitting. It's doing exactly what we planned for. Now it's really just sticking to it. Nice work, Christian. So Christian locked in 700 on that trade. Great work right there, Christian. Yeah, if you guys have props to post up, feel free to send them in. It's been a great trading week so far overall. I'm missing trades here and there. Missed the trade yesterday, missed the trade today. It's all good. The good part is that the analysis is playing through. That's all that really matters here, right? There's another possible sweep here, but I'm not really looking to take it at this point. It's kind of low. Your sweep right there should have gotten filled at the 332, Nick, if you're looking to take that. But like I said, it's a little too low. If anything, I'll look for price to come down and sweep down here at this point. Let's see. Yeah, price is dumping a little further. I think this whole sweep area is pretty much done with. Like whenever a sweep area gets finished off, there's no point in resweeping an area that's already been sweeped, right? So, what I'm looking for here now is I'm looking for price to come lower at this point. The thing is the volume profile hasn't adjusted. So unless I get an adjustment here with the volume profile, probably not going to look for any entries around this point. Unless price comes down to like way down here, let's see. So we have volume profile right here, 285. I'm gonna mark that up right here for another possible sweep. Okay, so the sweep that I'd be looking for next would be down here at 42,282. 42,282. There's another sweep area right here at 42,225. All right, so looks like my sweep area is going to be down here. I don't know if I would sweep from right here, 392. 392 could possibly work, but I mean, this might be a little too far being realistic. So there's going to be two little opportunity, like entry could happen at 292, or it can happen at 282, or you can just get in at the volume right here at 285. I think this be a little bit more of a sweet spot. Yeah, I think 285 might be a better sweet spot. Let's make some adjustments. So here's the range right here, guys. Range is between this area right here. Yeah, so if you guys are looking for another sweep, next sweep area, I would probably get in from basically at the value low or value high, actually. Yeah, around this area right here. I mean, price might come even lower. Like looking at this here, it's a W pattern, right? So this is gonna be around like 282, which is gonna be this level of liquidity down here. Maria's asking, does it matter that there are sessions? No, the sessions don't matter. There's no red flags accounted for the sweeps. For the MPSV2, yes, but not for the sweeps. Because the sweeps are going to happen around those levels. You're looking for manipulation to happen around those points. Like the sessions is actually better because what you're looking for here, Maria, is you're looking for price to come down and manipulate around this area to swing back up. So it works in your favor. So no red flags for the sweeps. Um, Red flags are mainly for like the directional moves, like the MPSV2. Steven said he thinks he's on quicksand. You better get out, Steven, before you hit that stop loss on life. Quicksand. Yeah, quicksand is scary, bro. I don't know if anybody's seen like quicksand in real life. Quicksand is real. It's crazy. It's like it's actually worse than what it looks like on TV. It's like I've seen it before in person and like yeah, it really sucks you in. It's crazy how it pulls people in and under. Let's see. Yeah, Christian said NPS V2 loading. Yeah, there's a possible NPS V2 coming up right here, guys. Um, there's actually an NPS V2 here for a sell. So looking at this here, guys, this is actually interesting. There's an NPS V2 here for a sell. And then it went straight to the sweep. Yeah, so both of them actually hit here. So we had a sweep that happened here, and then it went into the MPSV2 for late entry if anybody entered that late, and it hit TP on both of them without hitting stop loss. That's actually perfect. Um, right here we have price possibly coming back down. There's no MPSV2 here for a buy. Let me see what I have here. 360, 42, 360. I'll clean this up a little bit. Oh, this moved down lower, so it's 345. All right, let me make some adjustments here if necessary. This value low is at 42,285. All right, that's fine. So this volume bar was from last Tuesday. It's starting to fizzle out, but still considered volume there. CJ said, I really like this strat already. Anything that annihilates the sessions, I'm with it. Yeah, exactly. It works in conjunction with MPS v2, CJ. Like for example, right here, this is a perfect example because there was an MPS v2 that ran to the downside. There was a sweep that happened here. So you can basically take them both ways. You sweep it one direction and then you take the MPS v2 back the other direction. So you basically have like a double header based on that. That's why I was, so you just, I don't know if you just joined in, but I was talking about earlier, I'm probably going to half my contract size so I can take more entries. Because there's a lot of entries that come up and a lot of them hit. So, maybe in the future I'll be looking to take that. We're getting closer to 8 o'clock, guys. So the volatility here is starting to die down a little bit. We're currently at 17 ATR. If this is the case, possibly no opportunity here for the sweep. Again, I'm looking for a sweep to happen down here. So I'm looking for price to come down a little bit lower, sweep this area, and come right back up. I don't know if it'll happen because the volatility is so low, but yeah, nothing here yet so far. There's no MPS V2s here for a sell yet, for a buy yet. We had the buy signal price retrace, never came back up. Now we have a possible MPS V2 for a sell. So we have a sell signal right here, possible push down, retracement, and then come down into the sessions for that liquidity grab right here. So this could be a possible another double setup like this, right? There could be a possible NPSV2 to the downside to liquidity. They'll probably grab liquidity and then come right back up. So you can take that for a sell to the downside and then take the sweep here back to the upside. Nice, Brock said I'm juiced enough for sells today. Solid. I think overall the market's gonna be bearish for like probably the rest of the year. On the bigger scale. So like maybe not right now on the smaller scale, but on the bigger scale, I do think why I may possibly be bearish. I mean, but who knows? We don't really know that. I don't like looking into the future that far, but that's just kind of where I see things happening because of all the stuff that's happening right now. I feel like eventually there's gonna be new tariff news come out. There hasn't been tariff news in a while, but there's probably gonna be new tariff news come out a little bit. Trump can't stay quiet about that for too long. All right, so this is a possible MPS V2 setting up right here, guys. I'm not going to take this MPS V2 because there's so many red flags around this area. We have sessions, we have more sessions right here. There's just a lot of areas here where it's going to be tricky to take this MPS V2. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. The ATR is currently at 18 right now, so you might want to go for a smaller target. I'll follow it for you guys. I'm not going to take it for the obvious reasons here, like I just mentioned. A lot of red flags. Yeah, exactly. Brock said nobody knows. LOL. It'll eventually do whatever it wants. Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're trading on lower time frames. So MPSV2 is currently running right here. You probably want to go for a smaller target, guys, maybe 20 or even 15 because the ATR is so low. ATR is currently at 17 right now, so you probably want to go for a smaller target. Again, I'm going to be looking for the possible sweep here, which will happen a little bit lower. Looking for a sweep at 285. So it's enough for it to come down, hit TP, sweep this area, and come right back up. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm waiting for right there. So I'm not in any positions right now. Yeah, the volatility here is starting to slow down a lot. All right, we'll see if we get something else here. If not, then it is completely fine. All right, we got the MPSV2 running right here in profit. MPSV2 is pushing down, looking for that sweep again, still down here. 285. Let me see if I can get my pending order ready. All right, I got my pending order right there at 285 for the sweep, possibly.
Order submitted.
ATR is really low though. So MPSV2 looks like it's about to hit full TP right there. Not quite. Volatility is a little low. Yeah, so if you guys went for the 2020, looks like it already hit right there. The 3030 is probably going to get hit though, because there's areas of sweep down here. If there's any news right now? Nothing really. The FOMC minutes are at 11. Yeah, there's not really too much going on today. We do have the minutes later at 11 o'clock. Today is Fed Day. See if it comes back down lower. Unless the sweep happens right here. Or there's a previous level I think that I marked up here that I took off. Okay, so the sweep might happen like right here at one of these levels. If the sweep happens right there, that's completely fine. Looks like there's a current sweep that's currently running right now. So unless it drops lower, it's not going to fill my limit for my sweep. And I'm probably just going to have to hold off. Yeah, West said NVIDIA earnings after market today. Yeah, it's supposed to be after the bell. I'm not sure if it came out already, but it is supposed to come up after the bell today. Yeah, they don't have an exact time, but it is after the bell, so it's gonna be sometime today where the earnings will be coming out. All right, guys, volume is starting to die down. Looks like the 30 points is gonna get hit here for the MPSV2. Sweet. Sweep didn't quite get filled yet. Got right to the sessions. Looks like the sweep might happen at the sessions, which was like a point above where my limit order was sitting. Damn, yeah, it looks like the sweep is happening right there. So 20 points already. Damn. This market is so frustrating. It literally was at my, so you see my limit order right here? It was right at it and it got swept. All right, I'm gonna cancel my order. It's all good. Oh my God, two sweeps today. Freaking missed. It's all good. Um, yeah, it looks like some of you guys here did catch it. So earlier I missed the sweep right here. Or yeah, I missed the sweep right here. That thing went straight to full TP. And then right here, the sweep was like literally like maybe up like maybe half a point. So it came down right here to the sessions. My sweep was right here at this red line by like 1 point, and it's about to hit TP. It's okay. The call, the analysis played out. It did exactly what we expected it to do. It did the sweep. It just swept without me. I mean, it was too close to call anyways. I mean, honestly, I could have put in my pending order at the sessions, or I could have put it right here. This is exactly where I put it at 285. So it was just close enough. The 20 points would have gotten hit right there. It's all good. That's why. So like if the trade hits, I'm out of this trade. I'm not gonna be trying to get in later. But yeah, as you guys can see here, the sweep works out perfectly. I'm glad that it hit. There's a lot of entries that came up today, guys. So I'll put up some stats over here. I mean, so that you guys can kind of see what has came up today for those of you who are following. So first of all, we had the breakout over here, hit full TP. I mean, it's been a great week, guys. Everything's been hitting this week. So this is going to be full TP on the breakout entry, 50 points. And then this over here, I mean, there's just way too many entries for me. I'm just going to screenshot the entire thing. And then maybe tomorrow I'll just have my contract size so I can take more entries. Let's see, how many liquidity sweeps? One, two, three, four. There's about so I mean the good thing about this is that the strategies are hitting, right? I mean that's the best part about this is that they're hitting. So um that's all that we're kind of concerned with, right? Because as long as the strategies are hitting, we can feel confident about taking entries moving forward. So, I mean, it's been a great week, great day so far, guys. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and hop into the chat. Otherwise, just a reminder, guys, I'm having a mentoring session with Jarrell today. We're gonna try to get his Ninja Trader set up. So if you guys want to sit in on that, feel free to sit in. Um, we're gonna get his Ninja Trader set up. We're going to set up his copier, and we'll get that going for him. So if you guys are curious to like get that figured out, feel free to hop on the mentoring session today at 2 o'clock, and you guys can sit in and watch as we get that sorted out. Um, yeah, Sam said, "See you, bro. Thanks. 7 for 7 today." So Sam had 7 wins today. Lila killed it too. So Lila locked in 793 for the day. Nice work, Lila. Did great. I'm gonna put that in the Discord. Nice work right there, Lila. Yeah, Barack said if one is not careful, this kind of market that calls for your old FOMO relative and vibes. Yeah, exactly. So you just got to be careful with entries here, guys, with your FOMO and whatnot, because the market's unforgiving, right? It's gonna humble you. So just make sure to keep in mind that when the entries are not there, don't chase any entries that you shouldn't be chasing. So we have another possible MPSV2 setting up right here. It's after 8 o'clock though, so obviously not one that I'd be willing to take. The ATR is too low, it's at 15, so I'd probably just sit this out and just call it a day, guys. So there's an MPSV2 running right there. Not one I'd recommend taking, but if you are taking it, make sure to take it with caution. Yeah, exactly, Brock. Christian said, "How were Cody and Kai's after steak lunch?" Oh man, they killed it, dude. You saw the video, Christian? I made them a full steak. So yesterday was Kai's birthday. They both got a full steak each, raw and cooked, and burger patties and everything, all Kai's favorites. But yeah, they loved it. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, I'll be back here at 2 o'clock for the mentoring session with Jarrell. We're gonna be covering NinjaTrader platform. And full TP right here on the MPS V2, guys, if anybody caught that. Damn. Today's been on fire, guys. Great day. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys at 2. If you guys have any questions, feel free to